into save, DK will jump into save, Omni save, Mars.
The conditions have changed a lot since then, but it's not OQ actually.
What the hell is going on in that lane?
You know, if
in Dota, it's funny that the trajectory of Omni Knight, we're going to hold that thought. Schofield looks like he's dead. Ends up tying the game 1-1.
The possibility that this game has like 5 kills minute 20, I think.
Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen.
I know it's not what... Okay, well, we'll see if we get one more now.
This is the greatest curse of all time if this comes to fruition. Jabs gonna get ganked and brought down.
For a while in that team, if I remember correctly.
Yep, he was the 5.
And they were just stacking and farming Ancients all day.
Echo stomp onto 2. Boat is coming on top of the toss, but a nice disruption to dodge basically everything. Lornoff's, his rune was actually dispelled completely. Gets the avalanche onto 4. His team cannot assist because of the arena. Lornoff still relatively low, but it's very tanky. Finally, the magic damage comes in from Q, but the Tiny is already lost for Aurora.
2
Gonna lose the Omni Knight.
3 kills.
Ollie will follow suit, so it's a 2-for-1 exchange in favor of Heroic. The position Meteor Hammer anymore.
Yeah, that's not really
dumb.
a thing.
Thank goodness.
Oh, there it is.
The Orchid reveal, the arena on top, and that is a dead Morphling.
That's value. Aurora will put some pressure up here in the top side.
But he has a 2K. We're going to see Lornoff with the Avatos. Schofield will be able to disrupt himself, but he's going to be surrounded by enemies. But here comes the Zip and the Orchid as Lornoff actually is going to be quite healthy. The Orchid was on jabs to prevent the boat.
5-second
full
cooldown
disengage for Heroic. There is a haste rune available, another Avatos. Divine Llama gets off the spear in the meantime, though. Here comes the boat and the ET ult as well. Divine Llama gets 1. And it looks like jabs will follow suit. Eventually will tick away. That's 2.
The alternative shard was...
Mirana, right?
She already bought it.
Oh, did she?
Yeah.
Okay, so I would think it would be jabs, but he might be more farmed as... Oh, they find the Morphling, and he's dead. Super easy. Other one in the mid lane, so I suppose that is what they have their sights set on. Oh, avalanche, but the repel preventing the toss, and now the counter Orchid.
It's just too
absolutely punished.
Too easy. I mean, now that when I see this game play out, this is not a standard game for this patch. You need to look at it as, can we displace the guy hitting the tower and burst him enough?
Oh, boy.
Not do we have big
oh, all right. First mistake from Heroic in a bit, but I don't think it's going to matter.
And he doesn't have TP, so he's done.
He is toast one way or another.
Love myself some good toast. Well, he'll try to...
Oh, he BKBs into the gate. I haven't seen that play before.
Maybe
he has Blink, actually. Oh, but the arena. And eventually found... And the second perhaps to come if Heroic wants to stick around.
I'm surprised they're back in here, actually. There's no more BKB.
Oh my god, the rage buyback as well. Oh dear.
Gives him the XD.
Oh my god.
Play.
They're scanning, they know they're there.
Yeah.
Maybe they get softened up by the Tormentor. Schofield finally has his cleanse.
I mean,
how can you kill him now?
They break on
K1
This is not a thing.
Initiated on, I guess, if you want to call it that, but he walks into the rest of the team. Divine Llama gets the Mars arena off. Already the death of the Mirana, but they do take out 1 Butler. You need to find the second to be able to prevail here. Divine Llama actually taking quite a bit of damage, and Purification is not enough to save him. So 1 for 2 as K1 Hector now applying all his pressure to jabs. Doesn't want to finish the job, apparently. Analog with the Orchid upon the Morph. Echo Stomp. Do they have the control? He's trying to morph back up, but that's essentially a dieback, and they're just going to call it GG's.
I mean, and with the defensive capabilities of the supports that this troll has.
And with
Pressure K1. There is a TP coming in, though. Hector in a bit of trouble. Snowball's coming for him. A couple right clicks will suffice, but the cookie to keep him alive. Ice Shard's not enough. Now the Scatter Blast onto Q with the dive to follow. He's going to eventually tick away, and it's KJ who gets the...
Needs to call back his support for assistance here. Yeah, that full bore is...
It's brutal.
Nasty. Jabs, no mana.
Yeah, and he's going to get some Whirling Axes, although Ollie's coming in from the south, gets off his disruption on the K1. We'll have to work with his illusions now. He has stacks of Shadow Poison applying to him. He gets a nice Whirling Axes, but dies shortly after as KJ. I believe he gets a kill with his passive.
Very close fight. Analog has showed up. Wants to go for jabs with the roll. If he connects this one, he's too far. Not gonna happen.
Yeah, first rotation from
It's the
Analog. He
kick.
does hit the stone here.
Oh, the full
Big
bore,
full
of
bore
course.
and the right click.
Ah, man, that's my old brain being like, he can't connect here. That's pretty... I think the Eternal Shroud that the panel was talking about is very important. I think he's not that strong right now because of the overwhelming amount of...
Oh, drinking buddies, and there's the Spectre, first ult of the game. K1 in a lot of trouble, but here comes the Mars Arena, but no, the Troll does die just on the outskirts, but look at the damage, all under this tier 1 tower. 23 Savage ticking away, although Analog doesn't have a whole lot of mana to work with, so they get the Tusk, they'll get the Darkseer, and these heroes are dropping like flies, although the Scatterblast is avoided. 23 Savage gonna be able to dodge another roll.
He has no escape plan, though. No TP.
He could try to deny himself to the creeps. It's gonna be
He's making
spotted
a work
now.
for it. Did he magnetize nothing?
I'm not sure.
I didn't see the magnetize. I was like, they're all
Another
gonna
Spectral
die.
Dagger into the trees. He spotted at the last moment. Sunray tickling him. As K1 dies to Lorinoff. Okay, we'll talk about that in just a moment. 23 Savage eventually will die. My goodness.
I mean, okay.
How did K1 die?
He went mid and got killed. Troll went mid and got killed off by, I believe it was Tusk and Timber, so led to somewhat of a trade, I suppose. Oh, KJ does have Supernova.
He does have Supernova inside the egg. Nice spear. Can they save the egg? It's going to be close. A big rebuke comes out, and the egg does activate. Lorinoff and company in a lot of trouble. He dies at 23 Savage. Another death to his name. And Heroic basically taking out where they left off from that last game, and they
Against the Troll in particular, of course. But yeah, the concern here is that Spectre
by
it's
Llama,
gonna take a while.
Arena towards that top rune area. Analog comes in with a big magnetize onto several heroes. Disruption to keep Lorinoff safe, but Analog is the one taking the brunt of the damage despite having the blade mail. He is the first to fall. Gabs gets clipped.
Analog, and they're gonna glyph, but not gonna bring the numbers. Are they actually thinking about it? Wait a second. He has blade mail and
TP's
illusion.
coming. The Walrus punch onto Analog, already getting evaporated, but will stay by a little bit longer, but the Arena comes in finally from Divine Llama. Not enough to save the Earth Spirit. The egg does go off, but the Shadow Demon disruption actually avoided most of it. So Lorinoff's still alive, and now Divine Llama, one against the world.
And I was gonna say they defend the tower. They technically didn't. They end up denying it, but that was a 5v4.
K1
up top.
He's gonna get some help from Schofield. Gets a nice cookie on it too, but there's a third member in Ollie. Snowball gonna find its way over to the Snapfire. 23 Savage. It's actually going to be fine, and K1 Hector not so much. So,
however, it is a relatively new spell, so yes could mean no. 23 Savage.
Yes, Arena, he's about to pick up his Radiance. We'll have to wait a little bit longer. Doesn't lose that much gold in the end.
With that, they can still look to fight, and they will. Smoking up here, and they will find Phoenix.
Yeah, that would be a good kill. They're going to avoid him completely. Want to go for Divine Llama instead. That's going to be an easy pickoff. So it's a one and done, it seems.
Plus the top half, so they're really trying to find 23 Savage. And the Dire Wards a little bit out on the map.
They want K1.
He's
alone.
alone.
He gets the Ancients. He's in a bit of trouble. He actually does use Battle Trance. He's just bashing the crap out of this Darkseer. They try to get him onto the wall, but it's not going to happen. That's already a kill for K1. They're going to burn life number 1.
Oh boy, missing that vacuum.
Heroic.
Real bad.
On the way. Arena only going to hit Q. They're going to focus everything on the Shadow Demon first. That's an easy pickoff. Q, Ice Shards himself trying to get out with a little cheeky move there. It's not to be though. 3 kills in the smoke now.
For Spectre, but not there.
Jabs. He's going to be spotted. Speared into a tree. Schofield trying to find the right angle. Scatterblast, okay. They do get the Mars Arena off. And Jab's just going to try to TP out, but the Gleipnir finds him. That's going to be the death of the Darkseer. As Ollie, his TP is canceled as well. That's going to be 2 kills again for Heroic.
Yeah.
And then the Radiance, the back wall. And
they're very stacked in the pit, but Darkseer isn't here.
Yeah. Lorinoff throwing out the Chakram. Analog goes in with a BKB and his Magnetize. It looks like Roche will be for Heroic. Lorinoff desperately trying to get over there. It's going to be close, actually. Lorinoff takes the Aegis and they kill Roche as well. They have the arena, but everybody's outside of it, outside of Lornak, who's basically impossible to kill here. The Mars has fallen. K1 trying to focus onto jabs. And Analog gets punched into the air. We have a TP buyback from the Shadow Demon. Analog, despite having the blade after it, does drop as jabs somehow getting out with barely any HP. This went amazingly for Aurora. Going through the gate.
He's leaving
he's
the
running
pit.
out of the pit.
Hit the Roche.
Oh boy.
Oh wow.
That is wow.
I cannot believe he changed his mind there and didn't just finish the Aegis. That is
Especially
such
for
a costly
K1.
mistake.
It feels like he makes his mind up very early.
That is a very costly mistake. If he could have finished that right there and then got the Aegis, we're looking at a totally different fight. And now instead Aurora win a very big one. And now they're in a comfortable position. Little bit ahead on the gold, not going to put too much stock into that, but just the fact that the on the side of Aurora. So if Mars can't offer a lot in that regard, but only offers control, they're really trusting in K1's ability to kill.
Oh, they get the Hex, they get the opening onto the Tusk, but the vacuum is going to delay things, and look at the damage that Divine Llama has already taken. The Snowball wasted so much time, nobody even dies inside of it. And the first to fall is Divine Llama. K1 finally pops the battle chance, but here is where the kiting begins. Gets kicked onto the cliff! Finally gets brought down by the cookie! And is killed off shortly after a 3-for-0, and Aurora in the driver's seat.
That's a three-pointer.
Roche will go the way of Aurora, which means 23 Savage.
Schofield is
taking a Lotus.
Okay.
All right, that's a bit risky. There's the Hex from Devi. He's going to get initiated on. His Analog is really deep here. The BKBs are traded, and the Pipe is going to brush off a lot of this damage, but Schofield eventually brought down by 23 Savage. He'll buy back instantly. Now the roll onto the Timbersaw is still trying to ignore him. The arena, nobody's even inside other than the Snowball Q. He wastes so much time again.
Oh, Lordoff
is actually taking quite a bit, but we'll be able to Timber Chain away. Eventually, they do finally take out the Tusk, as the Mortimer's Kisses not providing a whole lot. But they do find the Shadow Demon on the outskirts here. Well, they don't have the vision, apparently. And the Phoenix eventually brought down by 23 Savage. There's the buyback, though, onto the Tusk. Is Ollie still alive in the trees? Analog, still. We have a big kick onto Divine Llama with the Snowball to follow. He's going to be brought down.
Here
70
comes
seconds
Hector.
of no Mars. And now K1 focusing on
Nice
this Tusk.
shards.
It'd be a pretty big kill because it would be a dieback, in fact, but 23 Savage using his ult to get to the back line. And Schofield and company going to try to collapse here, but K1 destroyed. And Schofield looks to be next on the list, and Aurora did lose.
Doesn't feel like... Well, maybe they can even defend this one Rex.
I mean, their building
Pretty
damage
slow.
is not particularly great.
They're not good at killing the banner, though. I guess Snapfire.
Yep, Snapfire is
Good.
very good. Oh, the
Sounds like
silence
Phoenix.
into the kick, and the Hex.
Oh, boy.
He's dead.
Then Troll. The reactive armor activation is nice.
Yeah. Nope, Lornak going in really deep. There's the kick. Analog will pop the BKBs. Now
into
Walrus
the punch.
punch. Arena comes out from Devi. Shadow is getting out some disruption as K1 focusing everything on the Tusk, but he gets vacuumed to the high ground. The kiting of Troll continues. Devi now trying to run away in his own base. K1 in the midst of everybody just dies. And GG's called, so we're going to a game number 3.
The unexpected brawl. The panel didn't cover this. They didn't think about
Tournament, play in the arena, and with this Ava Omni,
Heroic want to get top 8 at this tournament. Analog needs to play well in this game, but he can really set the narrative.
K1
Jabs is...
really low as we have a dive in from Ollie coming in through the gate. KJ taking a blood grenade as well. Schofield trying to do as much damage as he can, but K1 dies first. KJ somehow survives.
So awkward.
So it'll be a trade.
I don't know if Ollie can get out of this.
Oh, mid lane though, this will be a much more important kill. Analog can't finish the job though. As Ollie having a battle for his life, KJ wins it.
Yeah. Curious to see what KJ does here.
Gonna deny himself, perhaps?
Oh,
he's
Visage,
and oh
jabs.
boy.
Hello!
Very nice play. And that's just a free.
That has put him in that position.
6-minute rune. It's a haste as KJ picks it up. Coil already broken by Ollie. He's going to try to get chased down. No, they're going to turn their sights onto Q instead. Yeah, looks like it does. So against Egg should work as well, as
Dodging the shards.
Shard's not going to be there. Bash is, though, as Lornoff making his way over. It's a 3v1. Borrowed time activates. Divine Llama at half HP. There's the first chrono of the game, 23 Savage. They want to finish off Divine Llama, but he's got support in numbers. Analog comes in with a coil. Might have to retreat, though. And on the side, they're chasing down Schofield. He might be the...
I'm going to chalk that up to a slight heroic win. These moments are really important for the side of Aurora, especially if they end up losing a Storm here. Doesn't look like it, though.
Yeah, Divine Llama, no ult to work with this time. He's dead.
All right.
And KJ out of mana. Vortex back into the fray. He drops dead as well.
King DPS.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because with the other one, it was obvious. Like, every time an illusion hit, you increase the counter on the silence by 1.
Yeah, true. Divine Llama, he's initiated on. They're trying to burn his ult. They do so. Can they follow it up, though? Is Analog making his way over? The Bramble there with the coil, but the Egg on the Chronosphere. They only clip the puck who gets repelled. He's fine. Egg does detonate. Schofield, he's going to get caught in the river. Still, Aurora using a lot just for a Dark Willow, although Analog, okay, he's going to be safe thanks to the...
But at the same time, is it enough when you're spending this many resources and Dragon Knight just isn't showing up?
Oh, Divine.
He is dead.
Most likely, no ult this time.
Good find. That high ground ward made that a very easy kill for them. Heroic are looking for a move of their own, anticipating that Faceless Void will be farming in the triangle, but not the case. They'll find Q.
Yep, Snowball onto the creep. High ground he comes. Falls shortly after. Although, the Orchid being revealed, Lornoff will be able to get a trade of sorts. Gets the Electric Vortex onto the puck, who's very, very low now. Maybe the Waning Rift away. Uses the coil to try to run, but it's not to be.
Rain works in wondrous ways. There goes mid tower. No defense mounted by Heroic.
Oh, we got a coil onto the Void. It's going to be a close one. Oh, he does get taken out. Divine Llama gets credit for it. Much needed kill here from Heroic.
Oh, Aurora want to fight?
They sure do. Orchid onto the Dark Willow, but the Aphotic Shield is there to help save her. And now Jab's in such an awful spot, completely surrounded. And you're right, why would they want to fight in that scenario?
I do not understand that fight.
All right.
Yeah, both teams can definitely go for... Oh, hang on. Hearing a Storm Zip, just getting the rune. Okay, so haste on Storm. Maybe looking for an opening. Abaddon is, once again, just not on his target.
Initiated on. There's the Chronosphere on top as well. That should be enough damage. Indeed it is.
All right.
I guess this is what happens when you give Dragon Knight a cleave when in melee form. He was all about using that ultimate. Now it doesn't really slow him down that much being melee, at least for farming capabilities, and he has ult in 7 seconds to siege. For lane number 2, he's gonna get punched in the air. There's the Chronosphere. KJ trying to buy something to him. They actually, will they get him? The Guardian Angels kill him alive, and now the Terrorize and the Satanic being used to get him back to half HP. Divine Llama is pretty deep, will have to use his ult. Another punch into the air, but after all of that, Aurora still technically get nothing. It was close.
Oh, they're trying now.
Lornoff, he's gonna get silenced by the Waning Rift. Dragon Tail to follow, but the Snowball is gonna keep him alive a little bit longer. 23 Savage trying to take out K1. He's gonna get some help with the Drinking Buddies. Hector getting really low. They finally take him out, but it cost them 3 of their own heroes. And now Analog trying to take out Lornoff, but with those 2 buybacks, Heroic will fall back.
This is the Dragon form life, so if they can kick him into the tier 4s, kill him there, and then you want a Dragon form, that will be something.
Yep, here we go. There's the kick into the base. Nullifier applied as low. He pops the BKB. Now he's Walrus punched into the air. Half HP, he's stuck inside the charge, but there's Satanic keeping him alive. The Terror is on top of 23 Savage with the BKB. They have the damage. Life number 1 is dead. He does not have Dragon form when he's back. And finally, the Chronosphere comes out. 23 Savage will get King J to start things out. And the DK still all alone, close to the fountain. They vanquish the dragon again. Aurora showing signs of life. 23 Savage actually will not be going down here. And Schofield will eventually tick away. Double kill for Jabs. An incredible defense from Aurora. And that, well, that's the reveal of the Walrus kick.
Ags. It was the one thing that could save them, and they got it just when they needed it. I genuinely could not have imagined any better way of setting that fight up. You can break Void's 25 talent if he's planning for that, if he thinks the game is going that direction. It gives him a way of catching heroes on the side lanes.
This is big though for Aurora. Aegis, Refresher Shard. 23 Savage, he uses the Chronosphere. It's gonna clip the Dark Willow, but the Shadow Realm was already used. Schofield will end up dying, but that's a big ultimate down.
Oh, they have this.
There's the Dragon Tail, but the instant Hex onto Hector, but he's gonna pop his BKB. The Sunray doing a lot of work, but he's gonna pop it, not taking any damage. There's the Chronosphere for 23 Savage, number 2, thanks to the Refresher Shard, making good use of it, but a big Terrorize to delay things as much as possible. And look at the Satanic going to work, but the Walrus kick away, and K1 Hector looks to be dead in the water. That is a big kill for Aurora, and they still maintain Aegis. As I say that, they use it instantly, but Divine Llama trying to keep his puck alive. Lornoff gets the surround tactics onto Analog. He gets inside the tree line, has Illusory Orb soon, blinks away to safety. Divine Llama, though, no ult to work with now. Eventually Sheepstick, and he will be brought to his knees. So 2 kills.
But with that buyback and the teleport location that they were fighting in with the Twin Gate, he could easily connect down to the outpost.
Yep, and they got a Roche banner, so they got all the creeps they can work with. They're actually going to try to go for Throne here. 30 seconds of no buyback here on the Dragon Knight.
Whoa,
Tier 4 number 1 is down.
Right
Are they actually just going to win this game right here, right now? Curse Crown on 23 Savage. They don't have much of a defense to work with. On Heroic, they're about to be eliminated from TI. Coil on the back lines onto 2 with 23 Savage, and Lornoff and company still focusing on the Throne. KJ gets nullified. He is useless. The Ancient is actually done. Aurora wins this absolute thriller game number 3. They will move on through TI. Heroic